want to get on here and do one of my pieces. This is Suicide Prevention Month, so I'm very, very in tune with that. I share a little bit about my story with depression, um, and I'm a therapist, but at the same time, I've experienced things as well. So I want to share those things with you all, but I'm trying to see if I can get my music on here and be able to read still. Okay, and then I'll share my story when I'm done with the poem. I get sprayed. I get sprayed. I get sprayed. I get sprayed. Okay, so we gotta try to see how to. Dang. I can't believe no music on here, kinda. Let me see. Neca, what happened? Ah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, just testing something now. But come on in, come on in. I'm trying to see how I can play Nikki. Let me see, hold on. You know what? Hold on, let me see. This is called My Life Label. My Life Label. See, I'm trying to see how this music is. Because, baby, it's crazy right now, okay? Because I need music. Let me see you pop the oh. I was about to get into it, y'all. But anyway. Hello, Matt. How you doing? I am getting ready to do a piece. As I was telling you, hi, Joseph. I was just telling everyone that this is Suicide Prevention Month. I have been in a mental health field for about 14 years. I do have mental illnesses of my own, and this is what I'm going to share with you all today, so that you could hear my story, and I'll talk more about it as I go. But okay. I don't even care if they don't got it. I just want this song to play. Oh my, it's a beautiful night. But yes, hello. Suicide prevention. Make sure if y'all know a walk or anything to promote mental health matters, I will definitely say find a walk to walk for people that have tried to commit suicide, that have struggled with suicide, and then they need support. So I truly, like I said, I get there. So I do not own the rights to this music, but I gotta get started. Okay. When you see me, tell me, what do you see? I have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, major depressive disorder, PTSD, anxiety, and ADHD. Well, let me share my story and journey with you. I experienced childhood traumas that most couldn't make it through. Mental and physical abuse was enough to fuck up any child. My parents were on drugs, and it was a habit they couldn't kick. From seeing friends be slaughtered in the street due to gun violence, to gangbanging wholeheartedly, because I was a rep in my set. Plus, they were family now. I stayed in bullshit. You name it, I probably did it. From fighting to hustling, that was my daily compass. In 1996, my auntie Ann was a prostitute who was left for dead. That fucked my head up because she was my auntie who didn't give a fuck about anything and always had your back. My cousin began searching for my aunt's killer and he was killed. They shot the car up 19 times. Damn, I can't believe my pit is gone. Granny held the pain of losing Ann and Marco for a year. Granny passed away on August 11th of 1997. My granny was my life, and I grieved, which turned to anger. I called a case, but God spoke through the judge, Kelly, and gave me a second chance. Even my PO said she didn't believe the record before her. I looked so innocent. My 15-year-old cousin Nikki was killed in the streets. My bro Kiwizi was with him and dodged and hit the fucking deck. My auntie Jackie died of a broken heart from losing Nookie at the age of 15. My boyfriend stayed in and out of prison for dumb shit they could have avoided. I played games with niggas like they played with me. I always told niggas to keep their hands to themselves unless they wanted to be shown. Shankum Neca was my name. 100. Run up and get done. I had to protect myself by any means necessary. The streets never played fair. I stayed on my P's and Q's. My first baby daddy was killed in the streets. My cousin Smitty told me about my baby daddy. My heart was shattered into a million pieces. The love of my life was gone. Just like that, I couldn't go on prom. My cousin Chubb was murdered right across the street from me. I watched every spark from the gun hit his body. Hold on, girl. Okay. I gotta finish this poem. The music, I couldn't catch it. Okay, so I watched every spark from the gun hit his body. The streets was dirty and grimy, motherfucker's place to live in. It is a dirty, grimy place to fucking live in. The streets were dirty and grimy. You never know who you could trust. I'm still awaiting my brother to be released from prison. 17 years without my baby has been hell. Man, just free. Hashtag free Kiwizi. So my life label is borderline personality disorder, major depressive disorder, PTSD and anxiety and ADHD. Don't test my gangster or you will wish you never met me once you fuck up. I get crazy. But it's all good. Call me what you want to call me, but I'm that motherfucking girl. Because the shit I've been through ain't no basic shit. Don't think I'm a pushover because I will push your ass over. And on a hood note, love, peace, and just let your soul glow. It's Neca the Soul Sister, who gets crazy if she has to. Smooches. So that is a poem that I wrote thinking about the traumas and shit that I experienced. I mean, it's a lot. It's really a lot. Didn't I get anybody? Do you have ketchup? Now, go and find you some business. For real. But yeah, so going back to suicidal prevention, awareness month, um, I'm going to go for a walk and I'm going to do a 5K. I'm going to do 3.1. And then I'm going to get my medal virtually. And I have self-control, so I can do the medal even if they send it. And I go from there. Ooh. Oh, child, I am tired. But to share my story, there's so many times that experiencing all the childhood traumas that I experienced. Um, I want to say that it made me a stronger person. It made me view things in different lights. I've always had a relationship with God, which was my help at all times. But sometimes I felt like I didn't want to be here. Sometimes I felt like I wanted to be somewhere else. Did it hurt? Yes. I have struggled with suicide ideation, no plan intended, but one time. Um, I always had the idea like I don't belong here. I'm sorry, y'all. I need to get ready to go to bed. I'm on Central Standard Time, which is 1 o'clock, almost 1:30. I gotta go get me some rest in a minute. But I'm trying to share my story with people because you never know what others are going through and how they're going through it. But I say all of that to say that living that life of having a mental illness and people don't understand you all the time. So advocating for yourself is the best thing that you can do. But I just experienced so much. Even, you know, I'm going through a second divorce. Which I'm okay. I'm okay. He's okay. Um, I mean, pretty much it is what it is at this point. But I say all of that to say, if you feel you want to hurt yourself in any way or hurt someone else, please call 911. And you have to ask for a special force for people with mental illness. But I was always thinking about, like, God, why you got me here? I've been through so much and this is hard to deal with. I'm tired, just on and on and on. But he showed me that you are not going through this for yourself. So I was like, wow, I'm doing this for somebody else. I am so sorry, y'all. This is ghetto yawning, and when I yawn, I cry. It's funny, but as a teenager, I wanted to take my life because I felt like I didn't have any hope. Especially after losing my grandma, it was a lot for me, and it hurt me. My grief turned into anger. I had a argument with a girl who lived next door at the time. Yeah, I know I'm tired. She just it was just crazy. And so I just began to think of me not being here, how people probably be happy and things. These are plants and seeds of the enemy being set into your what y'all doing? I don't know what kind of little signs them was, but I think it's cool. I was trying to see. Joseph, I am doing fantastic today. A little stress from work, but overall, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Um, so, a lot of people don't talk about suicide because they're afraid to talk about it. They're afraid to express how they feel because you sometimes therapists or whatever, whew, they are always lurking. So, I joined a gang when I was young. I was 12 years old. Um, I became promiscuous. I have been molested by someone really, really close to me. And it continued for 5 years, from the age of 5 to the age of 10. Um, my life story is a testimony in itself, and I'm grateful that I got to go through these things. So my mom was, like I said, my mom, not to put her down or anything, was on drugs. My daddy was on drugs, not to put him down. But, as a young girl, I felt like I had to take care of myself because I didn't have anybody. Um, like I said, my grandma was my heart. And I was so grateful for her. So after losing her, I caught a case because of anger. Um, it was just a hot mess. And I just got in these funks where I just be like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to deal with people. I'm tired. I like people, but it's certain people I like. And certain people I don't like. And if I don't like you, you don't know about my face, okay? But like I was saying, all those thoughts of wanting to harm myself was a lot on me as a person. So it's all good. It is what it is. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna go anyway, cause child, these yawns is yawning, okay? But yes, continue to be who you are. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Self-care is very important. Um, but I always had suicidal thoughts. So I got a journal and I started my relationship deeply with God, and talking to him in a journal, and actually him answering prayers from that journal. Um, it was I had just had my other baby at the time. Thank you for the hearts. Neca loves y'all too. Um, and I just had my baby, and I just felt like so like irritated or whatever. But the last time that I officially tried to do something to myself was many moons ago. I think my baby had to be 1 and my other son had to be 4 or 5 years old. And I was in a relationship with a controlling um man. I mean, we're cool now. Like that's my homie, like for real. But you know, we just couldn't get along when we were together. Uh and I was so tired. I'm sorry y'all for this ghetto yarning. I was tired of dealing with the different stuff that I was dealing with. So I gave him a whirl, right? We was together almost 5 or 6 years, and by us being together for 5 to 6 years, I don't even know who I'm talking about, y'all. I didn't forget. That's how you know I'm sad. But yeah. Back to the story. I found out, y'all. I found out what I was at, where I was at. So yeah, I just know that, things were a little crazy, but overall I made it through. So what my plan was to do, and like I said, this is about 2006, 2007 ish is the last time that I had an attempt or had suicidal ideation. And I went to Lake Michigan. And then my plan was to jump in and kill myself. God told me that I had purpose. So because he told me I had purpose, it's like, girl, I got you, baby. So whenever you feel discouraged, don't let nobody tell you anything. Listen to what God has to say. That's all I has to say. Ooh. This is the most ghetto live ever. I am about 15, 11 times. Okay. But anyways, it's Suicide Prevention Month. Make sure that you all are telling people about suicide prevention. And also, like I said, you can always find a book or something to do what you need to do. But yes, that's pretty much it. I gotta go to bed, y'all. Sister girl, tired. Bang quick in the house. Yes, but suicide is a very touchy topic for me because I almost took my life. And I went back home because I thought those babies are gonna get up, they're gonna be looking for you, they're gonna want breakfast. You need to go back home. I went back home. But I say that to say this. You are amazing on purpose and continue to be in that and stand on that. Because the only person that can truly hurt you is you. So love yourself, be good to yourself because it does matter. All right, y'all. I'm out. I gotta go to sleep. Peace out.